Hi everyone, it's Kate from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. As some of you may have seen on my show on Wednesday, we did our season predictions. But for those who haven't seen it, I predicted Arsenal to win the league. I predicted second place Man City, third place Man United, fourth place Newcastle. I predicted Roma to win the Europa League, Real Madrid to win their favourite trophy, the Champions League, Tottenham to win the Carabao Cup, and Manchester City to win the FA Cup. What I also did is I asked a few of my very favourite YouTubers to give me their predictions for the season, and yeah, some of them wonderful people got back to me with their videos, which you'll see after mine. Please do put your views and opinions in the comments section. Massive thank you to everyone who took part, and yeah, let's go.
Hello, Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Couva99 here with my season's predictions. Premier League title, Man City. FA Cup winners, Man City. League Cup winners, Man City. Champions League winners, Man City. Europa winners, Man City. Eurovision Song Contest winners, Man City. Everything's Man City. It's Man City all the time. Jesus Christ. I'm going to go and have my breakfast now, and that's Man City too. Ha, only joking. Nobody has Man City for breakfast.
Huge love and respect to Couva at Three Spurs Boys, going for Man City to basically win everything, maybe even the American election. It is all Man City. I can understand people's views, but I've just got a feeling that this year might not be as easy as it has been in previous years, so watch this space. But big love, Couva. Make sure you go over, everyone, and subscribe to Three Spurs Boys, where you'll find both Couva and Bobby K.
Hey, what's going on? Hope everything's well. I'm going to be giving you guys quick predictions for everything that's going to be happening this upcoming season in the Premier League, Top 4, Champions League, and the domestic cups. But let's get straight into it. So first things first, you have who is going to win the Premier League. This year, I think it's going to be a two-horse race between Manchester City and Arsenal. And I think Arsenal, yes, we are not done the transfer window yet, and Man City and Arsenal could further strengthen their team, or even Liverpool, and maybe jump in the fray. But at this moment in time, I'm going to have Arsenal as the potential champions, with Julian Alvarez potentially leaving and Man City looking like they're not planning to replace him. I do think they're getting slightly weaker. But one thing that could change my mind is if they go and sign some midfield depth for Rodri before the season ends. Next, Champions League with Kylian Mbappe joining Real Madrid. I don't see any other winner. The eventual winners will be Real Madrid, and they'll be getting what, their 16th Champions League now? These guys are ridiculous. Next, Europa League. Who is going to win the Europa League? Just looking at the Europa League fixtures, I mean the teams that are in the Europa League: Manchester United, Frankfurt, Roma, Tottenham are some of the teams that are favorites to potentially win it. But I do think this year it's going to be a non-English team that wins it, just due to all the football that we're going to be playing. And both Tottenham and Manchester United are both also going to be trying to secure Champions League football via the league. So I could see a situation where a Roma win it again. I think they won the Conference League, so this time they'd be winning, potentially be winning the Europa League. So maybe Roma or even Frankfurt, which I've seen them win that for sure in the past, I think. And then when it comes to the domestic cups in the UK, the FA Cup winners, you know, Man City's not going to go season trophyless, so Man City's going to end up winning the FA Cup as a consolation prize because they've lost all the other competitions, which is the League and the Champions League. And the League Cup will go to, I think this year the League Cup is going to go to Arsenal. A League Cup, a League double for Arsenal. We haven't won the League Cup in a long time, so maybe we can take it a little bit more serious and win more competitions. But yeah, let's see what happens. And of course, you know, the team that usually wins the League Cup, it kind of pushes them on because you won the League Cup. But it didn't work last year for Man United. But that's it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little preview, and thank you, Kate, for asking me. I'll get you on the next, hopefully, and get you on my show the next.
Big up to Egal over at Egal Talks Football. Please do go over and subscribe. He's a rival, but he's a good guy. Always good to have banter with Egal. Very similar predictions to mine, apart from the Arsenal double, which is completely shameless, I have to say. But I think Roma will win the Europa League. I think Real Madrid will win the Champions League. I think City will win the FA Cup. The only difference is I put Arsenal to win the league and Tottenham to win the Carabao Cup, whereas he's done the double. But yeah, similar predictions to mine. Hope we're wrong with the Arsenal predictions though. But yeah, big up Egal every time. Like I say, go over and support all these great channels because they've given up their time to do this, and they put out great content. So big up yourselves.
Good morning, everybody. I'm still trying to get over the loss of Emerson Royale, and it clearly showed after Saturday's performance that we're missing a right back who can defend. So my predictions for Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. The winner of the Premier League. It hates me to say this. I know Angus and Vindaloo and all the Arsenal fans will love me saying it, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that Arsenal are finally going to get it over the line. Anyway, moving on. The winner of the FA Cup, I'm going to say Liverpool. Arne Slot in his first season might surprise people. The League Cup, I'm going to say Man United. And the top four. So we all know who's going to be in first place. I'm not mentioning it again. Man City in second. I think Liverpool are going to be third. And Man United are going to be fourth. The Europa League winners. Now, I don't even know who's in it. So the draw's in, 8 days? So, sod it. Let's just go Tottenham, just for the hell of it. I don't know who else is in it. So yeah, I'll say Spurs on that one. The Champions League winners, it's an obvious one. AC Milan, Emma Goat, lifting a trophy, lifting the Champions League. I can't wait to watch him play. So yeah, I'm going AC Milan. And I think that's it. So yeah, stay safe, people. Have fun. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Up to Nick being shameless about Emma Go, as always. Another one who's predicted Arsenal to win the league. I think, yeah, the panic is growing amongst Spurs fans, but we do know Arsenal have a history of bottling it. So whether they get it over the line, as I say, remains to be seen. But yeah, again, good predictions. Liverpool are a bit of an unknown this season, which is why I left them out of my top four. But yeah, I can understand they haven't really weakened, but they haven't particularly strengthened either. So I understand them jumping into people's top four and cups. But yeah, big up to you, Nick, and on to the next one.
My homies, what's going on? I'm Leo Coyce from the High Hotspur. The league is right around the corner, so it's only right we start off with some predictions. Let's dive right into it. So my top four, in no particular order, will be consisted of the 2 clubs from Manchester and the 2 clubs from North London. I will, however, narrow it down a bit and tell you guys, I think this upcoming Premier League champion will be, no surprise, Manchester City. I know it's a boring answer, but if I'm honest, it's the best answer. Manchester City are just a cut above the rest. Arsenal are right behind them. Will they last the whole season? We will find out. Manchester City, I'm picking you to win the league. Now, switching over to the domestic cups, I'll start off with the League Cup, which is the first trophy won throughout the season. I would love to say the Spurs are going to be lifting that trophy. However, Manchester United will lift the League Cup. Now, to the second domestic trophy, the FA Cup. Who else but, I hate to say this, and it's boring, Manchester City. They just happen to always steamroll teams towards the end of the season. If they're not already in first place come Christmas, they definitely will be plowing teams towards the end of the season. And the FA Cup will just be another trophy they end up lifting on their way to doing so. Now let's spice it up with the European competitions. Started off with the Europa League. Definitely a competition the Spurs can win. I'm going to be rooting for them to pull this one off. I would love to see my team win a Europa League this year. It's not going to happen. FC Porto, I feel you're going to win the Europa League this year. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope Spurs win it, though. To the big trophy, right? The one everybody wants to win, the Champions League. Just like the Premier League and just like the FA Cup and even the League Cup and the Europa League, it's all about being consistent from start to finish. And there's only one team I feel that can do that all year round. Real Madrid, you're going to win the Champions League this year. Congratulations, my homies. Anyways, don't forget to like the video. Go down into the comments. Let us know where your team's going to finish. Who do you think is going to win the Champions League? All this and more down in the comments. Let us know. I'm out of here.
Massive big up to everyone's favourite homie over there in Colorado. It's Leo at High Hotspur. Make sure everyone goes over and subscribes to Leo. One of the nicest people on the planet and just an all-round legend. Predicting, same as me, Real Madrid to win the Champions League. It should really be called the Real Madrid trophy. Come on, let's be fair. 16 times it will be if they win it this time. Amazing. Going for Man City to grab a couple of trophies as well. I know he said it's a boring answer, but you know what? It has just been dominated by Manchester City in recent times. But of course, it will all depend on the charges that have been brought against them and what happens from there. But big up to you, Leo, every time. Much love. And yeah, everyone sub to Leo. Peace.
Love and blessings, people. Love and blessings. I am Romero, Gooner on the sofa, and this video here is my predictions for my girl Kate. You know what I'm saying? Just a girl who loves Spurs, so salute to her each and every time. And Jimbo. All right, let's get to this. Top four. I think City's coming second. I think United's coming third. Liverpool are coming fourth. Premier League winners, of course, I'm going with Arsenal. Please, Gooner, stand up. Champions League winners, I'm going with Real Madrid on this one. They're just too strong, and they brought in more people. Like, come on, guys, allow the team. Europa League winners, I'm going for United on this one. I know everyone is like laughing at Ten Hag, but I'm going with United on this one. FA Cup, double bubble. Gooner, stand up. We're taking that as well. League Cup now. I'm split between two teams, Liverpool and Spurs. That's right. I'm giving it up to them. I'm going to let them have a little something, something. So salute, guys. That is the end of my prediction. Love and blessings. Yeah, don't forget, come see me on Gooner on the sofa. We out. Oh.
Big love and respect to Gooner on the sofa. Please go over and subscribe. He's nowhere near got enough subscribers over there. Top guy, always really supportive of me and the channel. So yeah, go over and give him a like. Another shameless prediction, Arsenal to win the double. I respect it, you know, and to be fair, it's not out of the question. They're a good team. I love the fact he's given Tottenham a little something. Yeah, great. Again, another one predicting Real Madrid to win the Champions League. It literally feels like a bit of a one-horse race when the Champions League comes round, in the fact that they just always know how to win, no matter how poor or how weakened people say they are. They just know how to win the Champions League. So big up to you. Don't forget, Gooner on the sofa. Don't matter that he's a rival, he's a good guy, and he will be on the channel soon. On to the next one.
Katie, just a girl who loves Spurs, my gorgeous wife. This is my predictions that you've asked me to do. Premier League winners, I'm going to go Arsenal. And the reason being, I think Man City are going to be in a bit of disarray with all these charges hanging over them and the court case starting. So I think it's going to be Arsenal to win it. I think Man City will come second. I think Arsenal will be clear winners. Third, I'm going for the mighty Spurs. I think this season we'll do really well. We're kicking under Ange and be a lot more consistent than last season. A lot of people think we haven't improved. I think we will improve a lot, and they think we haven't got a better squad than last year. I think we have got a better squad than last year. The ones that have gone out are never going to be missed in a million years. So I think Tottenham third, and I'm going to go Man United to have a decent season and finish fourth. FA Cup winners, I'm going to go for Tottenham Hotspur. Are you all surprised? I think we'll take the FA Cup. Carabao Cup, I think Tottenham Hotspur. I bet you're all surprised again I said that. So I think Europa League, I think Tottenham Hotspur are going to win the Europa League. Are you all surprised with that? And then we have Champions League. I can't say Tottenham Hotspur because we're not in it. So Champions League, I'm going to go with Real Madrid. They are the best Champions League team in the world. We all know that. And they know how to win it, and it seems to be their favourite trophy to win. So I've gone with Real Madrid. So I hope you're happy with my predictions. I will stick by my predictions. I will die on my sword if my predictions are rubbish and everybody wants to call me a happy clapper. But that's what I'm going with. The mighty Tottenham. And come on, you Spurs, we love you.
There he goes, my partner in crime, everyone. People have heard of magicians being called the masters of illusion. Is Jim the master of delusion, or is he just the best fan in the world? Tipping Spurs to do a treble this season. Wow. I think he would have even chucked in the Champions League if he could, but alas, we're not in it. But big up to you, Jimbo. The yin to my yang, the positivity overload to my realism. Great predictions, and I think pretty much what we all expected, although some may be a little disappointed that he didn't predict the quad. But anyway, big up yourself, Jimbo. On to the next one.
So the lovely Kate from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs has asked me to give my Premier League predictions. When Kate comes calling, you don't say no. Starting things off with my Premier League winner. It's boring to say, but it's going to be Manchester City. I don't see anyone else doing it. Arsenal don't look like they're going to sign a striker. If Arsenal bought in an Ivan Toney, a Victor Osimhen, I'd probably pick them, because you knock on the door for so long, you're eventually going to break it down. But for me, as I say, it's going to be Manchester City. Haven't really done a lot of business this summer, but they don't need to. They've got so much quality in that team. A lot of good youngsters coming through. They've got Savio who's coming. So it's going to be boring Manchester City, but hopefully, fingers crossed, they're found guilty of those 115 charges and get relegated at the end of the season. Or even if those 115 charges miraculously are all proven wrong, as I say, at least it's not looming over them and we have all this controversy when talking about Man City and the Premier League. Second, it's going to be Arsenal. I think Manchester City and Arsenal are clear of the rest. I think Arsenal, as I say, won't win the league because they haven't signed that striker and don't look like they will, but yeah, they're a far better team than the rest of the teams who could contend, in my opinion. Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, Havertz even last season. And that defence is really, really good. Saliba, really, really solid centre-back. Don't like him whatsoever, but second for Arsenal, in my opinion. Third, I'm going to go with Liverpool. I think they're the best out of the bunch who are contending for third to eighth, in all honesty. I think there's any teams who could get it, but I'm saying Liverpool third. New project under Arne Slot, but they've still got players like Mohamed Salah. We know that Slot likes to utilise his wide players, so I think Mohamed Salah goes on to potentially even contend for the Golden Boot, and I think Liverpool finish third. Fourth, I'm going to go with Man United. Some really good business for Manchester United, and yeah, I think they'll finish above Spurs. I think fifth. In terms of Carabao Cup winner, I think it might be Chelsea. I expect Chelsea to have another pretty poor season, but I reckon they'll win something. I reckon they'll find a way. So Chelsea, I'm going to win the Carabao Cup. FA Cup, I'd love it to be Spurs, but let's be honest, there's more chance of my forehead shrinking or me going on a date with Margot Robbie than Spurs winning a trophy. So FA Cup, I'm going to go with Liverpool. I think Liverpool will win a domestic cup. I don't see Man City or Arsenal winning a domestic cup with their focus on the league. Champions League, between two teams, Man City and Real Madrid. I'm going with Real Madrid. I don't see anyone beating them. Mbappe this season, Vinicius Jr. It's unfair, isn't it? It really is unfair. It's like a FIFA mega team, isn't it? So Real Madrid to win the Champions League. Europa League, between Man United and Spurs. If Man United don't win it, I reckon it will be us, because I don't see any other clubs in that competition pulling up any trees or being that exciting or impressing many. So I think Man United. But if Man United don't win it, Spurs. So there's always hope. Kate, thank you very much. Cheers for having me on your channel. Big up to everyone. Commonly.
Big up to Robbie over at Lily White Lane. Go and hit a sub. Very in-depth predictions there from Robbie. But yeah, big up to you. On to the next one.
Just a Girl Loves Spurs. It's your boy Ash Matic in the building. Top 4 goals: City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man U. Simple. FA Cup, Man City. League Cup, We're going to go for Chelsea. And top 4, we said that already. What else is left? Champions League, Real Madrid. Easy. Mbappe, come on. More firepower. Europa, Porto. Done.
Big up Ash, short and sweet. Great predictions, just loving the camera effects. And yeah, like I say, short and sweet, but all in there. Yeah, just a lot of the normal ones, Man City, Real Madrid. But loving it. Make sure you all go over and subscribe to Spurs Kings TV, where you'll find Ash, Marlon, Haz, I think, is still there. So make sure you go over and subscribe to all these people, and we'll go to the next one.
Hey, Kate, and Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs YouTube channel. This is Jack and Dave here from the Irish Hotspur, here to provide you our season predictions for you. And Dave, the first one is the top 4. Would you like to provide our top 4?
Yeah, so we've gone with a combined one on this for the top 4, Kate. And we have gone with Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Spurs. I think it's very hard to look beyond City and Arsenal. They've been 2 of the top teams in the Premier League over the last 2 seasons. It absolutely kills me to say Arsenal's name. Absolutely kills me. However, I'm not going to be delusional. I'll be fair to them on this one. And then Liverpool and Spurs, Jack, with probably a bit of a more hope than, you know, that we expect it, right?
Yeah, I don't think we're even that convinced by our 3rd and 4th picks here, but we had to find somebody to fill in those positions for you, Kate. But our Premier League winner, at least for me, Dave, it's obviously Man City. I think that's what you went for as well for your top 4. Now we move on outside of Europe or outside of the UK, and we go to our Champions League winner. I've gone for Inter Milan. I think Simone Inzaghi is going to have a special year. I think things have been cooking over there in Inter, so I'm going to say that he wins the Champions League this time.
Look, for me, I think it's just hard to look beyond Real Madrid again. They absolutely love for that competition. They turn up time and time again. And regardless whether people think they have an aging squad, a good squad depth or not, they always make it deep into the competition. So probably a cop-out, but I'm going Real Madrid again.
Can't go wrong with them. Europa League winner this time around. I think it can be Spurs, but I've decided not to be too delusional here. So I have gone for AS Roma. That's because Daniele De Rossi, I think, is, inspiring something there at Rome. And I think he's really, kind of building a, a real unit there. So I'm going to say that he ends up, lifting the trophy. Dave, you're a Europa League winner.
Yeah, look, obviously I'd like it to be Tottenham, and I do think we're going to go deep in the competition. However, Italian teams have fared very well in recent years in the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. I think it's hard not to look beyond Roma again. Jack, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, FA Cup winner. I've gone for Man City, Dave.
Yeah, again, it's hard to look beyond them. Could United get there again under Ten Hag and sneak an FA Cup again? Do you know what? I'm going to put United down for it. They just tend to get to finals regardless of what shape they're in.
Yeah, that's a fair one. And League Cup, this is definitely extra delusional. I've gone for a really outside shout. I've gone for Crystal Palace because I don't think they probably have much to play for this year. They're definitely not going to get relegated with Glasner. So I wonder if they'll go on a League Cup run, and I'll just say they end up lifting the trophy.
Do you know what? That's absolutely a great shout. That's left field, that one. And I actually agree with you. I think Glasner is a very good manager. And, why wouldn't they target a domestic cup, and try and, obviously get into Europe in the league. However, for me, again, I think it's hard to look beyond the Man City. Potentially could a Liverpool get there under their new manager? He'll want to get silverware in very early, to maybe wash off the Klopp stuff and kick on a new era at Liverpool. I'm gonna go Man City to win this to win the League Cup.
Alrighty, well there you are, Kate. Thanks for allowing us to send in our predictions. As always, come on, you Spurs, and the big Ange we trust. See you next time.
Jack and Dave, 2 of my rocks on YouTube. Always there if I'm having a down day or feeling like giving up. Absolute YouTube OGs. Love them both to bits. Great predictions from them. I'm loving the Crystal Palace prediction from Jack. Very left field, as Dave said. But yeah, interesting predictions. I love how similar but different everybody's are. Although nobody seems to be moving away from Arsenal or Man City winning the title, which is understandable. But yeah, great predictions. Make sure everyone goes over and subscribes to the Irish Hotspur, and on to the next one.
Shout out to Kate for the video request. I've been requested to predict pretty much the winners for most competitions. in and out of England for next season. And it's only what? It's August 14th. I don't usually like to do early predictions, but listen, Kate requested predictions from me, so I gotta give her predictions right now for the video. So as of today, August 14th, the window hasn't closed yet, so don't quote me on this, but I'm gonna give my predictions. I'm gonna start with the top 4 in the Premier League, and I'm gonna say in no order: City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and I'm gonna go Spurs. I want to say United, but something tells me Spurs is gonna finish 4th. And as for the Premier League winners, I'm probably gonna say City will edge it. Maybe City. I don't think Arsenal have done enough in the market to edge City based on last year, so I'm gonna go Man City. Champions League winners, so early to predict that, but hey, it's never too early to say Madrid, right? They won it, what, 15, 16 times by now? So let's just go Madrid. Europa League, Ten Hag, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Ten Hag, and I'm calling you. And I'm saying Europa League, you must win that. So I'm going to predict the United to win the Europa League. FA Cup and League Cup, those are really a toss every time anyways. I have a feeling something tells me United are going to win another domestic cup. So let's go with United winning another FA Cup because I want to tie Arsenal. And for the League Cup, let's go City. I think City's going to win it. Yeah, that's my prediction.
Big up Staffy over at Staffy TV. Massive Man United fan. Please go over and subscribe to him. He's hilarious, and he knows a lot. Despite what people say about Americans, these guys do know what they're talking about, let me tell you now. Love the prediction, Staffy. I hear you. It is really hard to predict at this time of the year. Transfer window's still open, but that's the challenge. Nobody's going to quote you on it. You know, it's only what you believe and what you think. But yeah, like in the predictions, I think everybody, well, not everyone, but 90% of us are saying Real Madrid's going to win the Champions League. They're just such a good side. But yeah, brilliant, Staffy. Thanks for taking the time to do that. Everyone go and subscribe to Staffy TV. Next one.
A very good Wednesday morning, everyone. Changi from Southeast Asia. It's August the 14th, 2024, and here are my predictions for the 2024-25 season ahead. The Premier League is going to be won by Manchester City for a 5th unprecedented season in a row under what is going to be Pep Guardiola's final season with the Blues. I'm hoping that Spurs will lift one of either the FA Cup or the League Cup this season. I would prefer the FA Cup over the League Cup, but knowing Spurs, I think we are just going to have to make do with the League Cup this season under Big Ange Postecoglou, so that would leave the FA Cup for Liverpool. And the Champions League winners, I think it's going to be one of either Bayern Munich or Real Madrid this season. I really do hope Harry Kane wins the Champions League with Bayern Munich so that he can come back to Spurs next season. The Europa League, well, I'm hoping the Europa League will be won by Spurs this season, and the top 4 predictions would be City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Spurs for top 4.
Big up Chang, one of our regulars on Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs, with his predictions for City again to be successful this season, and a bit of hopium there that Spurs will be victorious in the Europa League. Big up to you, and yeah, on to the next one.
Ahora ya dejo de ver un poco, pero...
Eric.
Morning.
Do you like scoring against Burnley, no? Your old Leverkusen teammate?
Hello. Howdy. It's Jacob. You know me. Maybe you don't. From United Spurs of America, how you doing? Kate, Jim. This feels weird recording a video talking to myself and there's no one really hearing me right now. So it feels weird, feels strange, but I've got your questions laid out in front of me I don't know, you didn't really give me much details. You were just saying, can you do me a 1 minute video? So I'm already over a minute. There you go. 42 seconds of that was Cuti Romero. So overall predictions, he's the GOAT. He's the destined one, the chosen one. If you don't know, now you know. I digress. I don't know how I'm supposed to stay on topic here. But look, you're asking for my predictions for the top 4 in the Premier League. And I'm going to say as things stand, which is August 14th, just past 7 p.m. in El Paso, Texas. So it is, just disclaimer, if Tottenham sign, we go and sign Eze, sign another midfielder, maybe a fullback, boom. My top 4 is definitely going to change. But as of right now, I've got a top 4 with City winning the league, Arsenal getting second for a 3rd year in a row. I think 3rd place is going to be either Liverpool, and I know people aren't going to like this, but either Liverpool or Chelsea. And it'll be top 4 of them. Pick and choose your order. But I think Chelsea are going to get up there for some reason. I think that they've got so many damn people. It's hard. I mean, I understand they're going to have a double-decker bus chauffeuring to and from the stadium, but I think Chelsea are going to be a legitimate problem. Now, the Premier League winner aforementioned was Manchester City. However, Tottenham, you do the right business, we can still win the league. I'm going to say the quad is on as of right now, but why not? Why not say that? Champions League winner, I'm going with Real Madrid. You got Kylian Mbappe. This motherfucker's thirsty for a Champions League. So Real Madrid are going to win the Champions League for sure. Europa winner, I think it's going to be a tough one, but I definitely am going to go ahead and say Tottenham Hotspur, because I think even with this squad, with one more addition of any relative quality above Brennan Johnson, I actually think we could make a run. Now, I think it's either going to be us or United. I know United are really hungry to get that European trophy into their hands again, because they've been falling off. They're trying to get back, not trying to fix their roof, however, but they are trying to fix their first team, and you got to applaud them for that. I would love it if Tottenham could continue trying to do that. And if we do, we're for sure winning Europa. Come on now, talk to me nicely. FA Cup winner, I think that's going to be a tough one. I actually think that Arsenal may actually win that or the League Cup, because it's going to be Arteta's 6 years, 700 million, one FA Cup, and that was before the 700 million he spent. So for me, I think they're going to want to go and grab something up, and they're not good enough to win the Premier League. They're not good enough to win the Champions League. So there's not the drop down, so they're not going to be even in the Europa. Got to imagine they're going to want to go for either the FA Cup or the League Cup. Now, I want to say League Cup, if we don't win Europa, I think Tottenham got to go all out for this League Cup or the FA Cup. I want one of those and a top 6 finish. That's kind of my prediction for Spurs, if I'm being honest. If we won a Carabao Cup and got 6, I will cry my eyes out. I will get it tattooed. My wife will say, no, you're not. And then I'll say, yes, I am, please. Can I? And then we'll have a whole discussion about it. At least allow me the opportunity to be put in that position where I'm pressuring my wife to let me get another tattoo. I need you to do that for me, Tottenham. That's how you talk to me nicely. But anyway, those are my predictions. Tottenham, we do more business. My aspirations are higher. But as of right now, I think Solanke helps us get over the line with the League's Cup, with that Carabao Cup. I think we could win it with Solanke. I really do. With the additions we got, with the growth I'm hoping to see from players like Destiny, Mickey, Pedro, Sarr, Lucas Bergvall, I bet's going to make a crack into the first team and end up being something very, very nice for us. And I ain't talking about his hair flips and for the GQ photos. I'm talking about on the motherfucking football pitch. So talk to me nicely. You said 1 minute. I gave you 5+. There you are. So big up, Kate. Big up, Jim. Have a great rest of your show. Bye.
Look who it is. The head of the Cutie Romero Appreciation Society, Jacob, over at United Spurs of America. Big up to you, Jacob. Absolutely love your love for our Christian Romero. Does make me laugh. I asked him for a 1 minute video. He gave me 5.5. What can I say? But it wouldn't be Jacob if we didn't have all the chat in between. Again, great predictions. I like the fact that you're countering in the fact that we don't know what's going to happen in the transfer market and your predictions may change. I think that's the same for all of us. But yeah, big up to you, Jacob, every single time. And watch out for a new show. Well, it's not really a new show. Jacob and I are going to be hosting many of the pump-up shows over on We Are Tottenham TV this season. So yeah, starting Monday at 6:30. So yeah, big up every time, Jacob. On to the next.
My Premier League top 4 prediction. I've got Man City to finish top. I think they've turned our league into a Farmers League, so Man City to do the 5p. We've got Arsenal to finish second, Spurs to finish third. I think we'll have a good season, and Villa to finish fourth. I've got Real Madrid to win the Champions League, Spurs to win the Europa League. FA Cup will go to Arsenal because that's what they do. They win FA Cups and shake their bums. And then I've got Chelsea to do the Carabao Cup. I think they're dusty, but they might just get that over the line under Maresca. Cheers.
Big up Deji over at Deji Spurs. Deji and I had a bit of a back and forth last season because he thought we were going to win the league, and but we're all good now. Make sure you all go over and sub to Deji Spurs. Again, great predictions, short and sweet. Thank you very much for taking the time to do it. Another one who's predicting City to win the league, but sticking Spurs in the top 4, which is always good. So big up to Deji. I'm sure I will see you on a match reaction this season. Everyone subscribe. On to the next.
Hello Tottenham lovers and friends, it's Phil here. I'm just finalising my pre-season training up in Norfolk. Really enjoying it. Seen a lot of Spurs fans around, so shout out to them. We've definitely been the most popular team up here, so who knew? It's where the classy people go to holiday. Certainly I'm not including myself in that, although as you can see I've been repping the vintage retro wear. Shout out to Hummel, 86-87. My predictions for the 24-25 season, especially for Kate at Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs, and her accomplice and sometimes husband Jimbo. Shout out to them, big love guys. So my predictions, top 4, I think it's going to be Man City, some team from Woolwich, Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. That's a massive question mark on that. I do think we'll probably have a better season than some of us are fearing. Clearly we needed to do more in a transfer window than we have done, but let's wait and see. Top 4, I don't think, if you're clinging on for 4th place, you don't need to be that good. You don't even need to be that consistent. You just need to be the best of the rest, really. And I think that's well within Spurs' grasp. We will see. A lot will depend, obviously, on what sort of season clubs like Newcastle, Villa, Man U and Chelsea have. But yeah, let's see. So let's will that into existence, people. Premier League winner, I think, will be City. Obviously, the jury literally is still out for the charges. I do think that some of them, including the sort of Mancini payments and other people sort of using offshore companies, might stick. But some of the rest, I think, is going to prove quite difficult. Clearly, timing will also be key, and also whether City's elite team of financial solicitor experts and football solicitor experts, I should say legal experts, but I'm sure they're very sophisticated in all legal matters to do with finance and football, will be able to get their appeal sorted out well or not. But yeah, I think they'll probably feel the burn, but I don't think they're going to get relegated out of the Prem or out of the league. But we'll see. That might have an impact. But I think they'll win it, basically. Shock horror. I think the Champions League winner will be Real Madrid. I think they're obviously going to be hard to beat, even if you can outplay them. I think defensively they've been solid. Ancelotti, clearly very, very highly skilled manager, gets them set up well, and with his son and the rest of his backroom team, a very accomplished set of coaches, and of course they've got phenomenal playing staff, so who knew that matters. And of course they've got that winning pedigree like no one else, and they've added a certain Kylian Mbappe to the strike line, so yeah, I think they've got half a chance. Europa League, I'm hoping that Tottenham will finally bring back some silverware. I think that one could be it. I think the new sort of watered down league version that will be in the Champions League as well as Europa League could potentially help Spurs. But yeah, if not us, I think it will probably be Man U. But let's wait and see. But fingers crossed. Let's definitely will that into existence. It'd be nice to finally see some silverware. 41 years on from when we last won the UEFA, as it was then, of course, in '84 at the Lane against Anderlecht. So FA Cup winners, I think that'll probably be Man City as well. Very boring. But I think that'll be it. And I think League Cup winners will be Liverpool. Very boring. They did it last year as well. But I think they've both got very good pedigree in the Cups. And I think they'll do the business. Clearly, it will be very interesting to see how Arne Slot's tenure at Liverpool works out. But let's wait and see. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to. I am excited to get back down to the Lane. Hope to see some of you wonderful people there. Hope to see Jim. Hope to see Kate. And I hope no one falls down the stairs. Anyway, lots of love, guys. And remember, it's a very important game. We love Spurs. But, you know, there are more important things in life. I just haven't found out what they are yet. But let's keep looking. Anyway, from Norfolk, we'll be back to London soon. And we'll see you at the home of football, White Hart Lane. God bless you all. And stay safe out there. God bless.
Look who it is, the second most handsome man on YouTube, Mr. Phil P. Legend. Woo! Big up, Phil. Obviously, the most handsome is my husband, I have to say that. And it's true, of course, Jimbo. Phil over currently sat in sunny Norfolk doing his predictions in my shirt, actually. I've got the exact same shirt, and it's actually probably my favourite shirt. I love those retro shirts. You cannot beat a Holston football shirt. But I digress. Love the predictions, Phil. I love the chat about Man City's charges. I love the chat about how it's just football and whatnot. But yeah, great predictions, Phil. Love it that you just said Spurs are going to win the Europa League. I put us down for the League Cup, but I'm looking at it thinking probably the Europa League is the most attainable of them all. But I'm dying by the sword. But yeah, big up Phil every time, and hopefully see you soon. On to the next.
Ciao Duty, it is the cough here in the magical Sardinia for Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs, and I have been asked to do my predictions for this year's coming season. So, our Premier League winners are going to be Manchester City. Our Champions League winners are going to be, let's say, Bayern Munich. The FA Cup is going to be won by, let's go with Aston Villa this year. Our top four is going to be Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool and Aston Villa. The Carabao Cup is hopefully going to be won by Tottenham. I'm going to predict us to win a trophy. I'm being positive for a change. And the Europa League is going to be won by I don't know who's in the Europa League, so let's see who's going to win the Europa League. I don't know who exactly is in it. I know it's not going to be Tottenham, but thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
Big up Benny over there enjoying the sun in beautiful Italy. Funny predictions. I love your honesty that you've got no clues in the Europa League, but meh, who cares? But yeah, great predictions whilst lazing on your holidays. Make sure you will go over and subscribe to Benny at the Coffee Company for your place of chill, and also at Tottenham on Tour, where you'll find him with the likes of Brian Daigle. So big up Ben every time. On to the next one.
Hiya, it's Jose from El Sol Cockerel here. Kate has asked me to do a quick video on who I believe will finish in certain competitions and cups. I've been really busy, haven't had time to look, digest, look at anything. So off the top of the dome, I think you've asked for the Premiership winners. I'm going to go for, if they don't get relegated, it's going to be Manchester City. I think they've been there, seen it, worn the t-shirt, done it, printed it, and probably own the rights to it. It's boring, I know, but yeah, we'll go for Man City to win the league. Second, I'm going to go same as last year, Arsenal. Third, I'm going Liverpool. Fourth, I'm going Tottenham. It's pretty difficult to predict the league because We're still in the throes of the transfer window, so I'll be being asked this question before the league actually kicks off, so that's what I'm going to go for. Champions League winner, I'm going to go for Man City. Although Real Madrid have got all the stars and that, I'm going to go for an English club. I'm going to go for Man City. The winners of the Europa, I don't even know who's in the Europa, really not bothered. Don't know who's in it, so I'm just going to throw it and say Tottenham to win it, because I don't know who's in it and I don't really care who's in it in the Europa. I'm more interested in the Champions League, to be honest. If I'm going to go for the League Cup, in the League Cup I'm going to say Tottenham, and the FA Cup I'm going to say Crystal Palace. And hopefully that's all you needed from me. So thank you very much. Keep watching Kate on Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Keep smashing and subscribing to her. She's doing brilliantly on her shows. And so is Jim. Take care, everyone. Bye. Enjoy your season 24-25. Come on, you mighty Spurs. In Ange, I trust.
Big up, Jose. Great predictions. Everyone go over and smash a like and subscribe on LTL Cockerel. Predicting Tottenham to win a couple of trophies as well. Always good to see. Listen, thanks to everybody that put their predictions in. I really appreciate it. Make sure everyone watches the video, likes, comments with who you think is going to finish where, subscribes to me, and also to all the lovely people that gave up their time to do this video. Bring on Monday night, and as always, come on you Spurs.